Hello, everybody. I am Adam, the Dabbling Warlock, and today we're going to be doing day 15 of the Learn to Draw in 30 Days challenge. Yes, we are almost halfway done, and we will be as soon as we finish this. So, what are we going to be doing today? Well, today we are going to be drawing a burger using a cylinder for the patty and 2 half spears for the bun. So, what this is doing is this is building on some other things that we've learned, and one of the things we're going to be learning to do today is how to make something like look like a specific thing. So we're going to be working with textures. So let's go ahead and get started. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to go ahead and draw 2 spheres. So that's going to be our first one. And we're going to go ahead and cut this one in half. Like that. And then we're going to go ahead and erase this part. Alright, so there's our top bun. And next we're going to want to draw another sphere, and because I don't want to have to do too much clean up, I'm just going to draw this one underneath the first one, and we're going to try and make this one the same size. And that's looking more like an egg. There we go, that's more like a sphere. So we'll just clean up the lines here. Alright, and then we're just gonna... Yeah. Okay, there we go. And now we're just going to erase this line right here. Alright. Alright, so there's our buns. Now we just need our patty. So we're going to just go ahead and draw 2 lines for the cylinder. And then we're just going to try and match what we got going on. Down here. Like that. Then we're just going to clean this up. Okay, so there we go, but it doesn't really look like a burger, does it? So what we're going to do is we're going to create a new layer, and we're going to reduce the opacity. And if you're not using a digital program like I am, so like if you're not using Photoshop, Sketchbook Pro, Clip Studio Paint, GIMP, Krita, any of like dozens and dozens of other programs. Affinity Photo has a lot of the same abilities as Photoshop. What you're gonna so basically, if you're using like pencil and paper, what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to lightly erase. Just take your eraser and lightly erase. You don't want to erase everything, but you do want to lighten it up. That way you can see a little bit more clearly what you're doing, especially if you're not using like 2 different media, like say pencil and ink for your drawings. So yeah, it just this is our construction that we've done, and I'm going to go ahead and switch tools here and make sure I'm on the right layer. And what we're going to do is we're going to zoom in, or what I'm going to do is zoom in, and then just go up here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to try and just very, very carefully Alright, so there's our first bun. And then here's our second one. All right, there we go. All right, so probably should have looked up a little bit of reference before I did this, but what we're gonna do is we're just gonna add some texture to it. That's not really looking that great. Okay, well, no big deal. No big deal. We can always start over if we need to. So we'll go ahead and hide that layer, and we'll just start on a new layer. So I think what I want to do is, do I want to start with the patties or do I want to do the buns? And let's start with the top bun. Right, and then we're just gonna give this a little bit of texture. All right, there we go. All right, so there's our top bun. Now let's move on to the patty next. And what we want to do is we want to make this look like ground beef. So ground beef kind of has a lumpy-ish texture. So instead of trying to make the lines like nice and even up here, we're just going to try and give it a little bit of texture, making this a little bit bumpy. And you don't have to worry about making your lines too neat here. So one of the things you kind of want to do when you're doing this, or at least what I've found, is that you want to kind of think in layers. So if it's not... So layers of texture and shadow. And this will generally get you like a little bit better of a result. So instead of so just going out here, so instead of like, say you have like this is your line and you're trying to create texture, so instead of just doing like that, what you want to do is you want to do something like this where you have where the edges aren't just like one layer of texture. There's a little bit more to it. So yeah, something like this. And generally we want to keep the light source the same. So, so we're just going to say the light's coming down from here. And because burger patties are not going to have like perfectly defined edges, we're not going to do, we're making this top edge up here a little less distinct. And we're doing the bottom because that's where the light's coming from. So emphasize the bottom more. And let's go ahead and right, there we go. And then we can just kind of give it a little bit more. A little bit more texture like that. There we go. Alright, so for the bottom, we're going to make... We're going to go back to using smooth lines. And then we're kind of going to do the same thing here that we did up there to give it some volume. Going to make it a little bit darker because this is the bottom half of the sphere. Actually, I don't think that's going to work. That's okay. That's okay. So, alright, so what we're going to do is we're just going to add some shading. Okay, so for bread texture, let's see. Let's just experiment a little bit. Let's see if we can't get something. It looks a little bit like bread. And in this case, I think less is going to be more, so... And then we're just going to add a little bit of shading. Under here and under here. Yeah, that's not exactly looking right, is it? Yeah, Probably looks better without shading, actually. Okay, so yeah, we'll just add a little bit more texture up here. And we'll call that good. So, thank you. Thank you for joining me for day 15. I hope you have hope you've been having fun with this so far, and I hope to see you tomorrow for day 16. We're halfway through. It's all downhill from here. Well, it should be as easy as going downhill. It shouldn't be like going downhill as in like, oh no, everything's getting worse. So yeah. Anyway, this is the Dabbling Warlock signing off. I hope you have a great one.